of the best fighters to come out of Mexico. You know, names get thrown around like Salvador Sanchez, Ricardo Lopez, Chavez, of course. But you can make a case for Morales.
Sure you can.
I mean, with the three-time, not only being a three-time world champion, the quality of opponents he's faced and beaten, and really only lost to Barrera in a very close, controversial match.
Twice.
That's the only man he's ever lost to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the only man. You know,
only man he's ever lost to, Marco Antonio Barrera. And on top of that now, Mario, Erik Morales is making it very clear, yes, he'll fight Pacquiao again, but then he wants to face the winner of Diego Corrales and Jose Luis Castillo at 135.
Wow.
Which is why he's testing the waters tonight here.
At 135.
At 135 pounds.
He's never been at this weight.
If he can pull that off, Rich, then it might be a clear-cut
greatest ever. Pull off 4 different weight classes. But he's still got that thorn in his side. His name is Marco Antonio Barrera. Barrera won't come up that high to fight him. They could find a catch weight maybe somewhere.
Well, it'd have to be.
That's one of your fellow actors there. I couldn't saw the back.
Andy Garcia, or is that Ron Silver? Did I say Andy Garcia? It's the best compliment I could give Ron Silver.
We're waiting for the walk into the rings. Hector Velazquez, the artillery's coming in to try to see how many calibers it's going to take for him to pop Manny Pacquiao if he can. It'll be an interesting matchup. Velazquez obviously is in the way of a matchup between Morales and Pacquiao. But you know what? As I was doing the research, Morales has made it clear he's not against a 4th fight with Barrera at all. He's leaving that possibility open. But, you know.
And you know what's amazing?
It's a dangerous fight for him. What if he loses a 3rd time to Barrera? You know?
Well, the thing that I'm amazed by it is after having the wars that those two had, and then the way that they're able to continue at fighting at such a high level, because usually those kind of fights are never the same again.
No.
And to be competitive and to become another champion, it's just, wow.
I'll tell you one thing. I thought Morales was going down after the
a lot of people
Barrera fight, because he had a couple of questionable decisions over Gudi Espadas and Injin Chi here that we talked about, but he rebuilt himself unbelievable. And a lot of people thought Barrera was all finished at one point, too.
That's true.
And he came back.
He's come back better than ever.
Ahmed?
A couple times from Junior Jones, and then again from Pacquiao. Resilient little Mexican guys.
And if they never fight again, or if they have a 4th fight, my prediction is there will never be a kiss and makeup session.
That's true.
Between those two.
That's why I say the greatest trilogy ever, in my book.
Well, that's why I thought we talked about it when we did the telecast of Morales and Pacquiao. Morales had never looked better when he beat him, when he beat Pacquiao in March. It was the fact that when it comes to fighting anybody but Barrera, it's not personal.
Right.
Barrera's personal. This is business, and he can focus and concentrate on his opponent like just another opponent. One of the great Morales stories is when the president of Top Rank, Todd DeBuff, went in after his last defeat. He thought he might be dejected, might want to take some time off, Morales, because it was a very close decision. The last 2 were. He could have gone either way. Morales looks up at Todd. He comes in and says, "Who's next?" Just like that. Who's next?
He's a cowboy, I tell you. And I can't seem to think of a boring Morales fight. All his fights are exciting. They always seem action-packed. And he gives you everything he got.
And like Pacquiao, he is willing to fight.
No, is Pacquiao
whoever.
Is Freddie going to punch Pacquiao out in the dressing room, or going to get him out here to fight?
We've had a good sparring session.
He's
tell you what,
7 rounds.
Freddie Roach is going to be exhausted by night's end.
Well, he's glad to be doing as well as he's doing. Standing by at the Staples Center, Manny Pacquiao and Hector Velazquez will be the first of our 2 main events. Velazquez coming in, we'll tell you a little bit more about him at 42-10 and 2. 1 no contest on his record, 31 knockouts. So he has big knockout power, ranked number 12 in the WBC. Aggressive fighter. He's a fast starter. So is Manny. So something might happen quick.
I tell you, the crowd is ready. They're getting uncomfortable right now. They're waiting and they're sitting.
We might see a fight outside the ring.
They're standing up and staring at the tunnel, waiting for the fighter's entrance. You'll probably hear that mariachi music for Velazquez, and then that'll set them off. And I suspect they'll be roaring for the rest of the night, one way or the other.
Velazquez does have 1 big upset on his resume. In Baraboo, Wisconsin in 2002, he won a 10-round split decision against former WBC featherweight world champion Gudi Espadas. So he's got that on the resume. We're hearing the music.
Oh.
Could it be?
He also beat another former champion, Raul Jimeno Perez. And in his last fight, he had a very good win over Trinidad Mendoza, the NABF champion. So he's coming on all of a sudden, Hector Velazquez. At the age of 30, he's found his groove.
9-1-1 in the last 11.
And he seems very relaxed, chewing gum, I believe, entering the ring.
You gotta have some chewing gum to relax you, Mario.
Get the jaw going.
Let's get the reaction when he steps into the ring.
A lot of support here in LA.
Yes, sir, but a lot of boos from the Filipino contingent. By now, I think Freddie's probably put the pads down.
And you notice, guys, when we did the last fight with Pacquiao and Morales, both the Hispanic fans and the Filipino fans, both great fight fans, and there was no scuffles in the ring. They both respected the fighters.
Here comes the idol of the Philippines.
And into the ring he goes.
Manny's usually all smiles. He's got that great smile. Looks extremely focused and determined tonight.
A lot riding in here for him not to slip up against a tough opponent.
And we all know what happens when you look past an opponent sometimes.
It's always a deadly trap. Let's send it up to Michael Buffer now for the introductions from Staples Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Staples Center, Los Angeles, California, USA, where tonight, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated is proud to present Double Trouble, an evening of professional boxing for your entertainment. Brought to you in association with Integra Inmediata and AEG, along with HBO Sports. All bouts sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. At ringside, the three judges scoring this first contest: Steve English, Alejandro Rochin, and Marty Salmon. And when the bell rings, the man inside the ring in charge of the action, referee Dr. Lou Moret. And now, 12 rounds of boxing. This is for the vacant WBC Super Featherweight International Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trimmed with green, official weight 130 pounds. Professional record 42 victories, including 31 knockouts, 10 defeats, 2 draws, and 1 no contest. Damas y caballeros de Tijuana, Mexico, Hector Velázquez. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red. Official weight, the same as his opponent, 130 pounds. Professional record, 39 victories, including 30 knockouts, with 3 defeats and 2 bouts even. From General Santos City, Philippines, the 3-time world champion, Manny Pacquiao.
I guess they want me to take more time here.
Okay. Right here is okay. Got your heads.
give me instruction in the dressing room, shake hands, and await the bell. Good luck. Good luck.
Final instructions from our referee, Dr. Lou Moret. What a great story Manny Pacquiao's life has been, from abject poverty in the Philippines. As a young boy, he lived in the mountains up until he was around 12, worked a vegetable farm, selling cigarettes on the streets in Manila.
Ready?
And he was taken in by a military man, a former military man named Ernie, who's now one of his bodyguards. Basically, Manny and his brother were living in a cardboard box. Rich, and look at him now.
That is truly the rags to riches story. And Pacquiao, on top of everything, as he digs the first left hook to the body. He's a great guy to be around, a lot of fun to be around.
Just a charming personality, learning to speak more English.
Yes, he is, and he's doing quite well. He spoke English at the press conference.
Oh, you know what he said? His first words at the press conference in English, he looked out across the crowd, he said, "Have a nice day."
And then let me plug my movie.
Yeah, let me plug my movie. Velázquez is going to press. You can count on that throughout this entire fight.
Well, he's durable and tough. He's an aggressive fighter, and he's actually moving Pacquiao back in the early going. But the one thing about Pacquiao, and many opponents find it surprising when they fight him, because they don't really realize how fast he hits with that straight left hand of his. And you're just looking at it right there. Manny has great speed of hand.
Great speed, great power, and relentless. And he's one of the best conditioned athletes, I think, as far as the boxers are concerned.
First round scheduled for 12. Both fighters in their history come out strong.
The interesting thing about Pacquiao, as far as his condition goes, is he does like to have a good time between fights. And he might party some and get involved in some other things, etc. But then when training camp starts for the fight, I mean, that's it. Settles down.
Velázquez has gone the distance twice in his career, lost them both. That's territory he doesn't like to get in.
Good left hook by Velázquez.
That hurt Pacquiao a little bit.
Looked like it came up high in the chest, actually. But it knocked him back.
Velázquez looks big in the ring with Pacquiao and talking to each other.
Velázquez enjoying some success here, moving Pacquiao back.
Dangerous fighter, as we said.
There's the speed of hand, though. Look at the difference.
Oh, nice counter by Velázquez.
Velázquez, serious business. Pacquiao throwing that right. They clinch.
Many in the crowd already on their feet.
Well, it can't be a boring fight if the Pac-Man's in there.
Stop. Limpio, clean.
Crowd really into it here at Staples Center.
I'll tell you what, these two are dangerously close for getting a headbutt.
Well, there was a clash of heads in there, and Pacquiao shook his head, but no cuts open. Ooh, they're coming
right
together
there
again.
And Manny's prone to that. He charges in and out, darts in and out so often and so quickly.
Final seconds, round one.
10 seconds. Yes,
Blistering fast first round here at Staples Center. Good right hand from
Velázquez been
Velázquez.
successful with that right hand.
Yes, he is. Velázquez staring Pacquiao down.
And he looks
no
to
respect whatsoever.
Velázquez looks like a guy who has fought southpaws in the past and knows how to fight them.
Which, of course, the lead right hands are very effective against the southpaws, and he had a lot of success with Manny Pacquiao.
Now, don't wait on this guy so much. Don't let him be first. You be first to your jab, okay? Yeah. Right? You said now we need more head movement, okay? You gotta move your head more. You're too stationary, okay? Yeah. Come on, more head movement.
La finta, por favor. ¿Okay? Y muy vivo, los cambios de golpes, muy vivo. Tiene que ir adelante usted. Y tírele ya, y acóselo.
Fuera! Mouthpiece in, seconds out.
Take a look.
There's that headbutt we talked about. You see Pacquiao seemed to be affected by it. Remember, he was cut, Alan, in the Morales fight.
Yes, he claimed a loss on that cut. He couldn't see, he said. Velázquez going to leave himself open like that, trying to make a statement and get popped. He needs to just focus on what he's got to do. A blistering, fast-paced first round, and we're going to see it throughout, I would predict.
No, you're tied up. Come on, let him go.
Usually it's just a matter of Pacquiao's power, isn't it?
You know, it really is, but Velazquez having over 50 professional fights, you're not going to phase him easy.
No. He showed no respect whatsoever after the first round, staring Pacquiao down to let him know he's in here. He means business. He knows what he's doing. He's been in all kinds of wars against top competition. Pacquiao going to work.
Hey, we've got a tremendous action fight
Yes,
here
we do.
underway in the first 4 minutes. It may stay like this until if there is a sudden ending. And right now, Hector Velazquez is battling Manny Pacquiao on even terms, and he is an abject underdog in this one.
Beautiful
Pacquiao
right
firing
hook.
to right.
Stop.
Dr. Moret's going to have his hands full, I'm telling you. Right hand just missed over the top for Velazquez. That's going to be his most effective punch. And now we're Pacquiao checking. He knows what it's like to get cut on a headbutt. Look at Velazquez, though, standing right there.
Good body shot by Hector. Pacquiao needs to punch in combinations. His 1-2 is among the best in the business.
And he throws it often, and usually with a lot of
Left
success.
hand.
Beautiful left hook.
Velazquez got hurt.
Now he felt that one right in the middle of his face.
Right hand from Velazquez. Then Pacquiao coming back. Manny zeroing in, trying to do some damage with the combinations. And taking some, too. This is fun.
This is great, and he comes back with such ferocity. Constant 1-2s, 1-2s the whole night.
In fact, I believe that Pacquiao does throw the best 1-2 in boxing. It's that right jab followed by the straight left hand. It's what stunned Juan Manuel Marquez in the first round of their fight. Now Pacquiao backing off a second here, maybe to collect himself here and just to take a breath.
10 seconds, 10 segundos, 10 segundos.
Well, here we go.
There's an exchange. Hey!
3 minutes was not enough for them to fight that round. They wanted just a few seconds more.
Great first couple of rounds.
No peques. Acuérdate que los golpes son veloces, no son duros, pero son veloces. No peques de prioridad. No sabe ni pelear ese cabrón. Tú sabes mucho.
He doesn't even know how to fight. You're a better fighter than him.
No le eches a perder.
Don't waste your chance.
¿Entendiste? Tú eres superior que él.
Do you understand me? Pacquiao looking a little discouraged there in the corner as Velazquez is just not going away and looking at Manny as if to say, come on, let's fight.
Well, you know what? Pacquiao never known for his defense, but what he tends to do a lot, Rich, he pulls back his head without his guard being up.
I wouldn't be surprised if Pacquiao's down first two rounds. I know you have it split, Rich, but I wouldn't be surprised if they gave that round to Marquez.
I, too, have it split.
Velazquez, excuse me.
No, limpio. Break thing, come on.
Velazquez got a great poker face in there.
Sure does. His corner telling him he doesn't even know how to fight. Well, he must know how to do something. He's beaten a lot of good fighters. Maybe not a classic fighter by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, that's what I think that he meant. He's not obviously a conventional fighter. He's just darts in and out. Defense isn't a top priority. He's all offense all the time.
Let him go.
Manny working jab. Velazquez not as busy this round.
Limpio.
You know, we got to remember, Pacquiao hasn't had too many fights at super featherweight. So Velazquez, who's not known for his power, when he does connect, it looks like it affects him.
Right up, break clear.
There's that quickness of Pacquiao. Velazquez hardly reacted to that. Now Manny beginning to get there with his straight left hand.
And Manny can keep up this pace all night. And I know he's got his choice of gloves in there, the Reyes, I believe.
Of course, that was a big bone of contention in the fight with Erik Morales.
Right hand gets in.
The speed of Pacquiao beginning to take effect now and beginning to tell. And he's getting to Velazquez in this round.
Nice dig to the body by Pacquiao.
Velázquez at times seems a little frustrated. You know, you're not always going to get what you want in there in terms of style. You got to take what you're given. Right hand once again, Pacquiao. So quick.
Nice looping left hand. You know, and fighters go in against Pacquiao with a certain game plan, but when his speed starts to become an issue and his power starts to become an issue, totally throws him off and they get extremely frustrated.
Yeah, plus he's just awkward enough to not do the usual thing that you train against. Pacquiao's getting on top in this fight now.
Velázquez trying to work his way back into the body.
Velázquez is not reacting as well defensively as he did earlier, and he's not hitting back quite as often as he did earlier.
10 seconds. 10 segundos.
A solid round for Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, he dominated that round.
Julio Cesar Chavez.
Great Chavez is here. Erik Morales hoping to someday become the second great Mexican to win in 4 weight divisions.
Getting acknowledged by the crowd. First Freddie.
Work together for me. Keep the uppercut and the hook together for me. Okay?
All right, now we take a look at the action in round 3. Pacquiao came back. You see the speed? Velázquez could hardly react to that. He tried to counter there, but to no avail. And Pacquiao's speed of hand beginning to take control of the fight. And that's what makes his power even more powerful, because you're not expecting it when you get hit by him.
That's exactly right. And he threw that beautiful uppercut, and Freddie Roach, of course, asking him to follow up with the left hook.
Round 3 scheduled for 12 from Staples Center in Los Angeles. Manny Pacquiao from the Philippines in the red trunks with the flames. Hector Velazquez is in the white trunks with the colors of Mexico. Left hand from Pacquiao. Right hand lead, then a back. Velazquez fighting back.
Velazquez, as you talked about, Alan, has been in with a number of great fighters. He's beaten some of very good fighters. He's been in there, though, with Robbie Peden, a current world champion, Israel Vasquez, a current world champion, Kevin Kelly, a former champion. He beat Raul Hebrew Perez, among the others.
Julia Espadas he beat.
Right, so he's accustomed to being in there with top-notch competition. He's really not phased at this point.
Wasn't from the get-go. Had a statement to make that, hey, I'm somebody too. But he's just not as quick as Pacquiao, scoring points. Big right hand missed from Velazquez.
We showed you Chavez here tonight. A number of other great champions are here as well. Martin Castillo is here this evening.
Diego Corrales.
Diego Corrales. Israel Vasquez is here.
See Martin right over here to the left of us. These fighters are very busy. Round 4 of 12. Velazquez, more urgency in this round 4.
Pacquiao not doing as much body work as we normally see. And seeming to land that left. He's having success with it, so he's just throwing it at will, but not having as much, doing as much damage, I should say, we would like.
Pacquiao had a big advantage in round 3, and he is not building on it here in round 4.
Pretty good right hand, but he hasn't thrown that uppercut that Freddie wanted.
There we see a
2 hard punches inside right there.
beautiful right hook, followed by... When fighters fight him, they say that once you've already taken a combination, before you can pose yourself, he's got 3 or 4 more coming right behind it.
think that's what shocked Barrera when Barrera fought him, was of never expecting that kind of fury to come out of Pacquiao.
That guy just got a left hand in.
Sneaky punches, those lunging up. Velázquez, tough customer though, keeps coming.
Yes, he's a typical Mexican warrior is what he is. Fights that same style. He's got some fight left in him.
Nice round for Manny Pacquiao.
Todo está perfecto, man. Ya le aguantaste todo. Nomás que esa lentitud que traes, no me gusta. Tiene que ser más rápido ahorita. ¿Cómo te sientes?
Come on, you have to be a little quicker. He didn't do anything to you.
Y veloz. Héctor, estos rounds
Gotta get going with that jab.
No lo dejes que se suba el hijo de la chingada. No lo dejes, no sabe ni boxear. Y te está trabajando.
Doesn't even know how to box. He can't hang with you in the ring.
Showing to land some real nice body shots out there. I want that body work a little more, okay?
Yeah, but the head.
Huh? Watch his head, okay? Good. Throw the left hand from outside behind the jab. Right down the middle. That's a beautiful body shot. Come back in the hook.
Mario, how does he look to you, Pacquiao, between rounds and his demeanor, etc., as we watch this replay from the
he seems a little frustrated, and like I mentioned earlier, he's not being as effective to the body as he normally is, and obviously Freddie's coaching him on that, but I think he's concerned with the fact that when he does try to go into the inside, he's had a couple big headbutts. So I think because of the last fight, he does not want to get cut. So he's not being as aggressive as he normally is. Believe it or not.
Velázquez asked for that.
So we're bending the rules here a little.
Yes,
Alan.
a little bit. It's not ballroom dancing.
Beautiful combinations landing right on the chin.
Velázquez can take a lot of heat.
And there's the 3-4 punch combinations after the 1-2.
He keeps them coming.
And it's that high volume output that's such a problem.
Manny Pacquiao, pride of the Philippines, finding his mark more here in round 5.
And Freddie Roach, again, wanting him to get in close and work on the body. And since the first round, since he got that headbutt, he hasn't really been going to the bodies often for fear of getting butted and cut.
He's backing off now on Velázquez. It looks to me like he's allowing Velázquez to come in. I think he's trying to lure him into a trap. Just look at Manny. This is not the usual Manny fight as he waves to the fans. There's that. That's what he's waiting to do.
The energy is unbelievable.
Just keeps it coming. Great combination.
I'll tell you, that straight left is among the swiftest in the sport.
Velázquez still moving forward.
When you're in against Pacquiao, you got to take some if you're going to give any.
Manny Pacquiao's cross.
No.
In his case, a left cross. You normally think of the right cross, but in his case, a left cross really is the textbook cross. I mean, that's how you draw it up. That's how you put it in a textbook.
And
this is how you do it.
You're exactly right, Rich. And the other fighters know it's coming. It just comes so often. You seem they can't do anything about it.
Velázquez, pretty good right hand. He was pleased with himself to be able to land that. Now, Velázquez is going to try to tie up that arm on the right side away from the referee. It's always on the side away from the referee.
Savvy veteran.
For the veterans.
Velázquez not landing as many clean shots as he was in the first 2 rounds.
A lot of starch has come out of him in the last couple of rounds. Not what he was the first 2 rounds. That's because when you get hit a lot, it hurts.
Stop. Break. 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Well, these rounds are just flying by. You keep waiting for something big to happen. Manny really puts the heat on, doesn't he?
Always an exciting fight.
He just keeps coming.
And look of frustration on Velázquez.
I bet he is.
That was a legal blow. Legal blow to the cut. Legal blow.
Buwisa na ito. Buwisa. Huwag hangin na throw. Huwag hangin na throw. Nice good.
Huh? Now here, man. Set that uppercut up with the hook. Alright? Yeah, good boy. I'm gonna set the uppercut up with the hook, okay?
Brad, cross ang kanan. Biglang kaliwa mo uppercut, okay? Walang kumpiyansa. Pre.
How's your Tagalog, Rich?
I don't know. They asked him. Freddie actually asked him to translate for him. That's a beautiful move by Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Beautiful uppercut.
Very tricky. Velazquez was cut in that last round. Dr. Lou Moret, the referee, said it came from a legal blow.
Here we go to round 6.
Pacquiao looking for an uppercut now in this round.
Comes out smoking. He'll even hit you off the break. You got to watch him.
Freddie Roach wants Pacquiao to set Velazquez up with a hook and then come up with, as he falls in, to set him up with the uppercut and hit him with the uppercut.
There's the hook. Where's the uppercut?
Velazquez still there, but slower now and appears to be wearing down to me. His best blows are the illegal ones right now.
Those are at least the most effective.
He's definitely slowed down, no doubt about it. And that's because the man standing in front of him hasn't. And he won't. Round 6.
Now, Manny Pacquiao can keep up this pace if it were a 15-round fight.
Stop.
Beautiful shot to the body.
That's a nice body shot. Another one.
Referee just gave the warning to Velazquez to watch out with the elbows.
It's going to get that way.
No, stop. Don't hold and hit.
Manny commits to those blows, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Everyone has bad intentions. Combination.
I still think Velazquez might be trying to gather himself for one big last hurrah here. And one real big attempt to get Pacquiao out of there.
He keeps getting hit. That's the only problem with that game plan. Well, right hand.
There's the hook.
I did a little work.
And Manny, a great finisher. Let's see if he can close the show.
Left hand, right hand. Just unloading now. Velazquez in a world of trouble, holding on, trying to pull down the shorts, and then he throws a left hand at the end of all that. Pacquiao wants to close it out in the 6th round.
Unleashing.
Velazquez holding on.
15 seconds left. Can he hold on, Velazquez?
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Tough to get him out of there. Wow.
He's got to get up. He has to beat the count. He has to beat the count. Can't be saved by the bell. Does he want to get up?
Oh, and it's called off.
The referee stops it. He's also a doctor. Pacquiao just wore him out. Just punched him and just wore him down.
Just a little too much for Velazquez.
Too much for a lot of folks, for most folks.
For the first 2 rounds, it looked like we might have an upset here tonight. But little by little, bit by bit, Manny Pacquiao broke him down, dissected him, and took him apart.
You know what it is, Rich? That intensity is hard to match round for round. Maybe you can match it for the first couple rounds, but round after round after round, it's going to start to take its toll on you.
Back up, guys.
He is certainly still among the most exciting warriors in the game today.
Action packed. Here's a replay.
Alan, he just beat him down, basically.
What he did.
Coming forward, letting it fly. Velazquez now not thinking about fighting back, ending up going down.
Referee did a good job, even though he had to get Manny to a neutral corner. He started the count, picked it up at 3 or 4. I was wondering how long he's going to give him. That's just vicious. That's just a whole world of hurt right in your face.
Velázquez, look, he's tough. But finally, he just absorbed too much. And there's just too many blows. In fact, when he was down there, I really questioned whether he was going to get up. I think he was thinking about it here, really.
Well,
should I get up? Should I get up? Do I want any more of this?
I can't win this fight. Yeah, he was reluctantly getting up.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Staples Center, Los Angeles, California, Dr. Lou Moret, your referee, calls a halt to the contest following the knockdown. The official time, 2 minutes, 59 seconds of round number 6. The winner by knockout victory. He is the new WBC Super Featherweight International Champion, Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, he had a little tough time in the first 2 rounds, but then it just pressure. There's Shelly Finkel,
whom he calls the brain.
The brain. Yeah, I'm the body. He's the brain.
Shelly. Hey, 1 second.
Yeah, I thought we could have an upset in the making there for a while, but
First 2 rounds, you're right, Alan. Velázquez looked good. I think you gave him the first 2 rounds.
I did.
Right?
I gave him the first 2 rounds.
But Manny, he's relentless.
He is relentless.
And that speed, when you start to slow down a little, as anybody will during the course of a fight, it seems like Pacquiao doesn't. And he has great speed of hand, great power, and he knows how to take a guy apart bit by bit. Early in the fight, Velázquez coming forward, giving Pacquiao plenty of trouble. In round 2, same pattern. Velázquez scoring, but Pacquiao beginning to unleash combinations. This round was closer. It seemed as though Velázquez had taken the first. Round 6, by this time Pacquiao in full control, had a chance to close the show. He got Velázquez up against the ropes, and look, he just would not let up, punch after punch, totally relentless. And finally, Velázquez says, enough already.
Ooh. Velázquez took a lot through those 6 rounds. Probably took more than 6 rounds, and most fighters take it 12. That's why the steam went out very quickly. Once he got past that 2nd round and got combinations started hitting him, getting hit with body shots, uppercuts, everything. Just like you said, a methodical chopping down of an opponent is what we saw tonight.
Yeah, and Manny, while you get a little less every round, Pacquiao puts up a little more. He gets a little better every round.
I think this, as you mentioned, the Barrera fight, that's what shocked Barrera. He was in against this tornado that he just couldn't find the answer for. And Barrera got better after that fight. Now, one end of the rematch is done, looks like. So we got to see about Morales taking on Zahir Raheem from Philadelphia, a fighter who has 1 loss in his record, but most people say he really didn't lose it. It was a controversial decision of Rocky Juarez out in Houston.
Well, the prevailing opinion, Alan, has been that if there was going to be an upset tonight, it would come in the Raheem Morales fight. Strictly from the standpoint that perhaps Erik is looking a little past Raheem to a rematch with Pacquiao or to other greater things. And the fact that Raheem is a heck of a good fighter. He's a very fine fighter with a very fine record.
There's Morales. Wearing his usual white trunks. These are just solid white. Sometimes he has that light blue trim, but this is solid white tonight. Loosening up backstage.
Well, he's like you. He likes to make a fashion statement.
Yes, of course. That's very important. He's 29 years old now. He just turned 29 on September 1st. If you're scoring at home. Been to 20 World Championship fights, one of the best we've ever seen, period.
And this is his first fight as well since the March 19th Classic, in which he defeated Pacquiao. I put that fight along with Morales' fantastic win over Paulie Ayala, and the second fight with Marco Antonio Barrera is among probably his 3 greatest fights, I would guess.
Hey, let's get a word from Manny Pacquiao with Mario Lopez now. Mario?
Manny, congratulations. The first couple of rounds, it seemed like it was going to be a long night for you. It was going to be very difficult. At what point did you feel you had this fight?
You know, I can tell you that the truth that Velázquez is not easy opponent, because I'm careful to his head, because you know I'm hit bad, you know, and also he have a power. So, but you know, he's slow, a little slow.
Now, do you still feel comfortable at this weight class, and are you looking forward to a possible rematch with Morales if he's victorious tonight?
Of course, I'm very comfortable this weight, and then I will stay here in 130 pounds. So I'm happy to work with my new team. You know, I'm happy to work my promoter, new promoter Gary Sio, and also my manager Shirley Finkel, the brain, and also Kate Davidson and Nick Khan. Thank you very much, all of you.
So you had a few distractions, to say the least, in your last fight, and now with the new team, do you seem more focused and more disciplined than ever? And besides Morales, what are some other plans that you have for the future?
Absolutely, I'm very focused to especially this fight, and also the coming fight. I'm very focused on that. So Erik Morales prepared on that next fight, and I'm there.
What do you feel you proved tonight, Manny?
You know, I proved to I'm still king of the ring, you know. I proved to the people that I'm still a champion.
And one final question, do you want Erik Morales for your next fight?
Absolutely, I want a rematch with Morales, and that's you know, maybe 80% to have a rematch.
Thank you very much, Manny. Congratulations again. Back to you, Alan.
Thanks, Mario. I'm impressed with how far he's come with his English.
Yeah, good for him.
And he's doing a great job with it. Shelley the Brain, his manager now. And Gary Shaw, his promoter.
Well, wouldn't you love to be his manager, though, or promoter? I mean, that's a marketable guy right there.
So is Erik Morales. Coming up next, it's hard to believe he's now 29 years old. Last fight, he beat Manny Pacquiao. It was tough. All 3 judges, 115, 113. The type of fight that we've seen this year is just what boxing needs. And we've had a lot of those fights this year that this sport, when you have determined champions and great-hearted champions like these two, when they get in the ring, the show is incredible. And Erik Morales has been doing that for years and years, the consummate professional. Zahir Raheem comes in with an Olympic pedigree, 1996 in Atlanta. 8.5 years he's been pro. He's a veteran contender at featherweight, now fighting at the 130 lightweight, but actually they're fighting at 135. I think Morales weighed in at 134. And Raheem weighed in at 133, if I can remember, from yesterday. Last fight out, Raheem went to Puerto Rico to fight on the card, and Bayamon, and he knocked out Jose Quintana in the 6th round. Somebody's doing a chant back here. There's Morales. They see him on the screen. No, they're not showing him on the screen in-house. If they did, there'd be a big roar for him.
Well, they had that chant down pretty good in the locker room.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, that was
I thought it was in here. I'm not paying attention here.
Well, he's been really a fine champion. Real credit to the sport. I'm kind of sorry he's got that terribly animosity-filled rivalry with Barrera. You know, it's kind of too bad, but in a sense, it adds to, you know, it just adds to it. You know, it becomes part of it, of the whole thing that isn't there.